Sizemore will lead it off. Grady hitting at 236, 15 homers. He's driven in 56. That is high and off the plate. Grady 2 for 4 last night. Indians come in at 47 and 62, hitting at 265 as a club with a 5.09 ERA. There's the strike. And you know what it appears to be? Bring back the Yankees and bring back the Angels. It seems like we play to the level of our competition.
We play up or down to whoever it is we're playing, and that's not necessarily a good thing because that's a 500 ball club.
Pitch inside and the count 2-1. Oh, it's hard to have any kind of consistency when you don't catch the baseball. That ball into left field. Carlos is there, fighting those lights momentarily, and that's out number 1.
Fans can bid now on 7 unique auction items, including memorabilia and VIP experiences from White Sox Hall of Fame members, and they autograph the items. You have a chance to have dinner with Hawk and me, all the proceeds benefiting Chicago White Sox charities. Visit whitesox.com/unlimitbid now for a full description of all 7 items and place your bid. Bidding closes at 8 p.m. tonight, so don't delay.
One of the best things about dinner with us is the fact that the food we'll be eating prepared by Roy Rivas.
It's going to be terrific.
Yes.
I would bid a bunch.
That's up high to Cabrera as Drupal hitting at 307, 5 homers. He's driven in 45. And that's high. Here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straight away center. 3-1 to count.
And one thing that Carlos is not going to be able to do tonight is get away with the ball up, because it's a very lively ballpark.
Cabrera 12 for 16 in stolen bases.
The Indians don't have the most aggressive team around, but they do have 58 steals. They've been thrown out 23 times, and they've got 3 base runners, the best of which is currently got a bat in his hand.
Chu, 15 for 16 in stolen bases, comes in hitting at 295, 13 homers and 61 driven in. And I know that Carlos is a little amped up out there, but he's going to have to find a way to amp it down a little bit.
Especially to this guy, because he hits rockets if you throw anything up in the zone, and he can take it out to any part of the ballpark.
Pretty good lead by Cabrera. And the count 2-0. Torres, 26 years old, 6'1", 185 pounds, out of Manhattan, Kansas.
And AJ goes out to have a word with him.
Going to try to calm him down just a little bit.
Just let him take a breath and start thinking about exactly where he wants to throw the ball.
You know, one of the most interesting things I've ever heard an athlete say about that was the great Jack Nicklaus. And Neslo 3-0. He said when he goes to the golf course, especially in the major, he said if he feels real good, he doesn't say to himself, come on, Jack, now calm down, calm down. Or if he feels bad, come on, Jack, now let's go, let's go. He says you recognize, what was that? Meanwhile, back-to-back walks. He says you recognize where you are and you accept it and you play from there. He said for some reason it just gave him peace of mind.
Well, in breaking everything down to its simplest parts, you can't look ahead and try to pitch 7 innings in a game, because especially for young pitchers that might be a very difficult task. But if you break it down to its simplest parts, it's pitch by pitch, and that's where you develop the ability to concentrate. You do it 1 pitch at a time. It's like dominoes. You can string together a mile of dominoes if they're in the proper place You can press one and they all fall. If one's out of place, the chain stops. Same thing with pitches. You concentrate on each and every one, and then you look back and you see you've pitched a pretty good ball game. And right now, Torres has got to get that concentration back after a trip from Don Cooper.
Here's Johnny Peralta, the third baseman, hitting at 273, 9 homers, 57 driven in.
Well, you throw a ground ball here, and Peralta is going to ground into his 15th double play. Last night, the Sox turned 6 of them. That was the good part of last night.
New franchise record. It's hard to throw a ground ball if they don't swing the bat.
Well, especially when you've thrown 10 straight bad ones. And Mark Burley, who did not have a great night last night, but had a hand in throwing a few of those double plays.
Well, that's his first start, Major League debut against Tampa Bay was impressive. So that will load him up. And this is not what Ozzie needed.
Well, normally you would say in this situation, the guy's just walked 3 guys in a row, can't find the strike zone, has no conception of where it is, so you take a strike. Not if you're Travis Hafner, not if you have the power that he has. What you're doing is going to look for a first ball fastball. If it's in the zone, you're going to try to hit it out of the ballpark, which is something that he does with just about every swing.
Well, Steve, with your third, fourth, or fifth place hitters, you for the most part let them do what they want to do.
Yeah. You say, here it is, and go hit it.
And a big Bronx cheer comes up from the crowd. Hafner hitting at 281, 11 homers, 29 driven in. And that's low. Yeah, he probably went through for the last 4 or 5 minutes out there on the mound. Total mental chaos. And there's the strike.
It looked like a little cutter that hit the outside corner.
Took something off of it. That's young pitchers. It's very, very commonplace. They get mental chaos and they want to go pedal to the metal. And now AJ here is making him back it down a little bit. He gone. Big strikeout. 2 down.
That one just dips out of the zone. A good hard slider. And Hafner goes down on strikes.
That was a good sequence by a veteran receiver right there. AJ let him go a couple of hitters trying to get the fastball over. Couldn't do it. Now he backed him down with a little cutter and a little slider. A little off-speed stuff. Because you know Hafner was sitting dead red. Jimenez takes first pitch strike. Chris hitting at 187. 3 homers. He's driven in 7.
If Carlos gets out of this inning, it's going to be a big lift to him and the ball club. And Jimenez stands in the way of that.
Outfield for the most part straight up. Blocked nicely by Pierzynski.
E.J. Carrasco loosening up in the pen.
He has been very good for us this year, Carrasco's.
In any role that Ozzie's asked.
Strike. And the count 1-2. He gone. Walks the bases loaded, then strikes out Hafner. Jimenez after a half inning of play as the Indians nothing and the good guys coming to bat.
Wise playing right field and hitting 9. The Indians lineup defensively left to right: Crow, Sizemore, and Chu. In the infield, Peralta, Cabrera, Valbuena, and Jimenez. Bashopik behind the plate and Justin Masterson on the hill. Looking for his 4th loss, his ERA in the low 4s. This just his 7th start. And he's not going to go long into this one. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 65 pitches as they slowly bring him along as a starter.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as Scotty Pides will lead it off. Takes first pitch strike from the 6'6", 250-pound right-hander. Masterson, 24 years old, out of Beaver Creek, Ohio. High chopper. And that's out number 1. And right now, let's check out our Southwest Airlines picks to click tonight. Jim Angio, our director and crew, went with Getz. Lisa, Layla, Steve going to go with Tony. And Dorothy Taylor, who's in Resurrection Hospital tonight, I'm going to go with Wayne Wise. Dorothy, we're thinking about you, honey. And our picks are brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Visit southwest.com today.
Some pitchers, you want to make him get the ball down. With Masterson, just the opposite. You want to make him get the ball up because he's got a real good sinker.
Beckham hitting at 308, 6 homers. He's driven in 39. And the count 2-0. Big Jim Thome on deck. Back up the middle. And they can't get him. Good try by Cabrera. Or check that. Valbuena and Cabrera.
Really the only play that Valbuena thought he could have because he doesn't have that kind of arm strength going to his right. They come an eyelash from getting him. Cabrera has a strong arm. And Valbuena just flips it to him going up the middle. This is a pretty good effort. But Beckham with just enough speed to barely beat it. The call by Brian Gorman.
So here's Thome. Jim hitting at 254, 20 homers. He's driven in 67. Takes inside ball 1. 1 for 4 last night with an RBI. Jim sitting on 561 home runs. Pulled off that pitch just enough. Bottom of the first at Comerica Park, Twins leading Detroit 2-0. Stayed on that one better, but underneath it.
Well, we'll see if Carl Pavano can throw as well as he was throwing when he got traded from the Indians to Minnesota, because it's Pavano going to the mound for the Twins.
Breaking ball, good check by Big Jim. 2-2.
Well, Masterson has a changeup, but talking to Carl Willis, the pitching coach, he said that it's pretty much a work in progress. He can throw it, but he doesn't throw it near as much as he should. One of the reasons why is he was in the bullpen and he didn't need the third pitch.
Breaking ball, good one. That was a biter. 2 down.
Masterson was probably the centerpiece of the Victor Martinez trade, and that was a dandy of a slider. He'll throw probably low 3/4. It's not really sidearm. He does stay on top of the ball, so he gets a little depth on it. And it's a quick, sharp breaking slider, as Jim Thome found out.
So here's Konerko, probably hitting at 285, 21 homers, 70 driven in. Takes ball 1.
Well, Konerko thought for a moment that Mike Everett called it a strike, and kind of incredulous about that one. And I think he realized that it was called a ball up and out of the zone.
Pretty good lead. Not a big lead, but pretty good lead as that's inside. Almost hit him in the count 2-0.
Now you saw Kelly Shopik, you saw him put down his little finger. That's a fastball away. And then his index finger, he swirled it, and that's a sinker. So he's got two different types of fastball. The sinker is a two-seamer. The fastball away usually a four-seamer.
And the count's 3-0 with Pierzynski, the on-deck hitter. Second of 3 against the Tribe. 9th of 10 on this homestand. Had 4 with the Yankees, won 3 out of 4. Had 3 with the Angels, Sox had 2 out of 3. But that hit him. That's the 7th guy that he's hit. Pretty apparent that Masterson wanted to pitch him inside. Finally, what did he get him? 3-0, so I'll just drill him and get him on first base.
Well, he got him right on the left forearm, it looked like. Ball's been hit a couple of times in this series, and he's been hit pretty hard.
Well,
only one way to put an end to that.
Somebody's got to go down.
That's the only way to put an end to it.
Somebody has got to go down on Cleveland. That's enough's enough.
Well, we had it happen a whole lot in the New York-Boston series, and they started throwing at one another. You don't want to hurt anybody, but you can't allow one of your major run producers to consistently get hit.
Well, they almost hit him with 2 previous pitches.
Yep.
Finally, the last one, he just said, I'll get him on this one. So here's AJ. 2 on, 2 out. Masters, as I mentioned, 6'6", 250. But baseball's a game. Little guys are not afraid of big guys. I don't care how big you are. Ozzie might give him a pass on that one, but I'll guarantee you one thing. If he hits anybody else, somebody's going to get drilled. Fouls that one away. Two on, 2 out, 1-2 the count. Base hit, yes. So here comes Beckham, safe. And the Sox lead it 1-0 on the single by Pierzynski.
It's the best way to make him pay. RBI number 32 for AJ. Sox break out on top. So the hit batsman comes back to haunt Masterson. This is the same pitch he threw to Thome, only this one doesn't break near as much, and AJ takes it through the left side. Peralta well wide of the bag, but he's got very little range, which is why they shifted him from shortstop to third base in the first place.
Don't stop now. Here's Quentin at 224, 11 homers. He's driven in 25. Carlos 1 for 4 last night. And he takes ball one.
That got him, I think. Like everybody's going to say it didn't. That ball hit him. They're saying he swung at it.
Yeah, they said first base umpire Brian Gorman said he swung at it.
Take another look at it.
Definitely got him in the back elbow.
Watch that bat.
That is not even close to a swing.
He didn't swing at that.
I mean, not even close.
That's a blown call by Gorman.
That is not even close. Wait till Gorman sees that replay after the game. Big sweeper right there, and the count 1-2.
From the side, you can clearly see when you watch that bat that he does get hit indeed, and that bat doesn't come close to crossing the plate.
Two and two. Well, needless to say, not that umpiring cost us a game last night. It didn't, but it could have, and that was one of the topics of discussion in the clubhouse. The 2-2. Comebacker. Sox pick up one. After one, they lead it 1-0.
And you're looking at me, Hawk. I'm getting a little nervous. Am I doing everything all right?
You're fine.
All right.
You're fine.
Whoa. Hawk and Stoney are a big part of the next prize you can bid on. You can put it on the board. Ultimate broadcast experience. You get to have a pregame meal with these two fine gentlemen. You get to check out the booth up here. You get to see the WGN TV truck, get a little behind-the-scenes tour of that. And, of course, you also get 4 tickets to a game and a parking pass, which, I mean, it's great meeting you, but free parking is great, too.
Well, you know, we can just sit around before the game, have a nice meal fixed by Roy Rivas, and tell a few lies.
Very good. I'll let you guys get back to the real job. I don't want to interfere too much. Go on whitesox.com/ultimate bid and place your bid for the You Can Put It on the Board prize package. Thanks, guys.
Nice filling in for Regis, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was nice. I liked her. I was taller than her, so I felt like a big man. Thanks, fellas.
0-1 the count. To Luis Valbuena, hitting at .228, 5 homers, 14 knocked in. 1-0 Sox here in the top of the second inning. Into left field, Carlos. Got turned around a little bit somehow right there.
Took a bad angle at that ball. The ball was slicing away from him, and he came straight forward, and at the end of the day, pulled up because he didn't want it to get by him. So Valbuena winds up at first. 4 fans will enjoy dinner in the United Scout Lounge with Hawk and me, followed by a behind-the-scenes tour of the WGN TV truck and an in-game visit to our booth and the home radio booth. This package includes 4 premium box seat tickets. Choose either the August 22nd game versus the Orioles or September 19th versus the Royals. Opening bid $750, and that's a bargain. Place your bid now at whitesox.com/unlimited bid. Bidding ends at 8 p.m., so place your bid now.
Kelly Shopping had a big night last evening. 3 for 4, 2 homers, 2 opposite field shots, and knocked in 4. Hit a couple of long home runs to right field. Valbuena 1 for 3 in stolen bases.
Yeah, he's not one of the elites at this point. He's still a very young player. One of the trio that they got in separate deals from the Seattle Mariners.
One and one to count.
The other 2, Sin Chu in right field, and Asdrubal Cabrera. So they made some pretty good deals with the Mariners.
There's a strike and a count 1 and 2. Outfield straight up, spread out for Shopping. 29-year-old receiver. Decent lead by Valbuena. And breaking ball in the dirt. 2 and 2.
And the Yankees are about ready to push the Red Sox 5.5 games back.
That's the first 2 victories of the season for the Yankees over Boston. 2 and 8. They win this game. Three and 8.
They win this one.
Well, they had the odds in their favor.
Yeah. Well, New York is playing great, and Boston is banged up. Having Jason Bay out of the lineup doesn't help the Red Sox very much.
Full count. Runner goes. There's a strike him out and a throw him out. Grab some bench. 2 down.
Well, we've been saying it pretty much all year. If you give AJ a chance, he's going to throw out some runners. Now, that's a slider, and he got it there in plenty of time. I mean, Valbuena got a real bad jump. It is the hit and run. And from the Southwest RoboCam, ball's waiting for Valbuena to arrive.
So here's Trevor Crowe, switch hitting outfielder. Trevor hitting at 217, no homers. He's driven in 8. Takes first pitch strike from Carlos Torres out of Kansas State. 15-round pick by the Sox in 04.
Well, this would be a big lift if he comes on and throws the ball like he did the first time. Now, he settled down after the first inning, but there were 4 starts to cover when Richard went to San Diego and PV came here. And they covered the first one with the bullpen. Carrasco in the pen. That was a winner. Now 3 more to go, and if Torres can throw the way he's capable of, because he dominated in AAA, things will work out pretty well.
He gone. 4th strikeout for Carlos. And after an inning and a half, 1-0 Sox.
prep and water the infield during pregame and change the bases in the fourth inning. Each winner will take home a base, some sod from the field, and a vial of clay from the old ballpark's infield. 2 game tickets are also included. Bidding starts at $500. Place your bid now, whitesox.com/ultimate bid. Now that bidding ends at 8 p.m. tonight, so bid and bid a lot. That's a good one.
0-1 the count to Chris Getz. Getz hitting at 267. Couple of homers. He's driven in 26. Chops that one, and that's going to be foul.
It's a warm night.
It certainly is. Oh, and 2. That shower used to be over at center field, the old ballpark.
A few more innings like this, we're going to need one up here.
Yeah,
Summer came today.
The back door and goes around the plate. Well, it's supposed to be 96 tomorrow.
That's going to be a little warmer tomorrow.
Turns it over, misses 2-2.
You just assume that Masterson gets to that magic 60 to 65 pitches because the Tribe has had problems in their pen all year.
Says that one came back. That was closer than the previous one he tried.
Chopik sets up outside.
Still did not come back to grab the plate, though.
Not from that angle, but I think Everett said it was good enough. Chris said, don't think so.
Here's Alexei hitting at 270, 11 homers, 47 knocked in. Takes it inside. Alexei 0 for 4 last evening. Sox will conclude this series tomorrow afternoon. Jose Contreras against David Huff. So make your plans to be with us here at beautiful US Cellular Field. If you can't, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. Then it's off to Seattle for 3 and Oakland for 3. Three and 0.
Seattle actually is putting together a nice little run at it. They're not going to win anything, but they are 5 over 500.
And there's ball 4. So with 1 out, good speed aboard. Alexei 12 for 15 in stolen bases. That'll bring up Dwayne Wise. Dwayne a couple of homers, 9 RBIs.
And Southpaw ecstatic the game tonight. Loves to be in this heat.
And we understand it's 65 degrees waiting for us in Seattle.
That's nice. It's been like it's been here all year. Till today.
First pitch strike. Dwayne a pinch hit home run the other night. First pinch hit home run for the Sox this season. Peralta at the cut of the grass at third. Outfield slightly to the left. Big hole between first and second.
Dwayne actually career-wise is a very good hitter off the bench, as is Mark Kotsay. But in order to stay a good hitter off the bench, you've got to get 4 at-bats. You'd like to do it every week, but certainly every 8-9 days. This is one of those days.
There you go. Pitch fouled away. He had that base stolen. Even with that little spinning of a wheel at first base. Top of the third in Detroit. Twins lead it 2-0.
That's a way to cool off. Little guy's pretty happy about that.
Looks like our little Alexander grandson. Did not check it up on the high heat. Two down, and after the game, listen in to 670 The Score, because tonight's Walgreens VIP is Ryan Olson. And you can listen to The Score for your chance to be the Walgreens VIP for a day, including a Walgreens Affordable Essentials prize pack and a pair of tickets to a White Sox home game, brought to you by Walgreens, the Pharmacy America trusts. Scotty Pides, a little comebacker to Masterson. Long set. Now too long. Pides.
You would think that Masterson would be fairly easy to run against, simply because he is a very big man who takes a long time to deliver the ball. He's got a big arm swing.
Decent lead. And there's strike one.
Zinnick taking a long look down at Jeff Cox, third base coach. Pretty easy pitch to pitch out. That's the outside slider.
Way outside.
Yeah, he called for it. Not quite that far.
That was just a show me way outside slider. 1-2-0 for us, 0-1-0 for them. Gap out there in right center. And that is snapped by Masterson. And that will retire the side. We'll go to the third. It is still 1-0.
Chicago package. You win a suite for 20 people at a Sox game, at a Bulls game, and at a Hawks game. Standard food and drink packages included. You got to go to whitesox.com. Ultimate bid, Sweet Home Chicago. Hopefully you can fill your suite. Hawk and Stoney, back to you.
All right, Pat. I didn't catch it, but they tell me that Pat did a heck of a job filling in for Regis the other day.
It's a pretty nice gig.
Oh, yeah. 1-0 here in the top of the third. Good guys. Sizemore, Cabrera, and Chu. Sizemore lined out to Carlos Quentin. Breaking ball strike. And we just have a note here saying the Sodfather groundskeeping experience, the ultimate Sodfather groundskeeping experience for two, is currently listed at $1,550. So visit WhiteSox.com/ultimate bid to place your bid right now.
Well, that would go for much more than that. You still have an hour and 10 minutes to bid on that.
WhiteSox.com/ultimate bid to place your bid right now. Two and two the count, Sizemore.
Hit a few more bucks and make Roger give you a piece of that cake he has every night.
That's going. It's nice,
wonderful.
That's a nice experience. No more walks. If you're just tuning in, you got Sizemore on that liner to left to lead off the ball game. Then he walked Cabrera. Then he walked Chu. Then he walked Peralta. Then he struck out Hafner. Then he struck out Jimenez. He gone. 5 strikeouts for Carlos.
A sweet package for the ultimate Chicago sports fan. This package includes a 20-person suite 2009 White Sox home game, a 2009 and 10 20-person suite at a Bulls and Blackhawks game. You and your 19 guests will enjoy complimentary food and beverages while cheering on your teams. Opening bid for this package is $1,000. Place your bid now at WhiteSox.com/ultimate bid. Bidding ends at 8 p.m., so don't delay.
Good fastball on the fist right there to Cabrera. Beckham at the cut of the grass. At third, takes the strike, does Cabrera, and the count 0-2. Outfield slightly to the left. Beckham now will back up. Almost forgot about the count. As Dougal just does get a piece of it. And that is just muscle back through the middle. So good speed aboard.
You would think that Cabrera is going to be running somewhere in this sequence.
You know, Torres pretty good over the first.
And he also is pretty quick to home plate. So this is not a real easy combination to run against, but Cabrera is a good base runner.
As I mentioned, he walked back in the first. Takes low and away. And the count 2-0. Got to get ahead to win, Carlos.
Especially with this guy, because he's got some thunder in that bat.
And the count 3-0. With a cleanup hitter, Johnny Peralta on deck.
They got Chu from the Mariners in exchange for Ben Broussard. Came along with Sean Nottingham.
So the second walk to Chu, the fourth issued by Torres. And here's Peralta, who also walked.
Carlos has yet to throw a ground ball. It's been a line drive, strikeouts, walks, and thrown out base runners. Ground ball here will yield 2 because Peralta doesn't run well at all.
Hooks that one down to Joel Skinner, who makes a nice one-handed play and makes himself a new friend.
That was a good play at third base, especially for a former catcher.
Joel, son of Bob. Great guy, Bob Skinner. Good hitter, too. And the count 0-2. And let's check out our USA or text poll question. Believe in something better? Should Major League active rosters increase from 25 to 40 players before September 1st? A yes, B no. Just text A or B to 97999 and watch for the results later in the game. Trouble. Now they're going to wave him around. They got a shot with it. No, the ball goes through Alexi. If Alexi comes up, guns it home, they got a good shot at getting two. So now it is 2-1 Indians on the double by Peralta.
I'm kind of surprised that he sent Chu on that play, because he'd have been out by plenty if Alexi just catches the relay. This is slider, doesn't slide quite as much as Torres would have liked it, and Peralta drives in a pair, giving him 59 this year. Quentin does a nice job of getting the ball and makes a fairly solid relay throw. But that ball goes right by Ramirez, and by the time Beckham gets it, there's no chance at the plate.
So Hafner struck out with one out, bases loaded, back in the first. The old base on balls. One and one to count.
That was a tremendous stop by AJ, because that ball was ticketed for the screen. AJ was able to stop it. A big play with one out. AJ gets a glove on it, and part of his anatomy, and keeps it right as his feet.
So 2-1 to count. High and deep. Wise now circling around. That wind got it, knocked it down. Hafner thought that was 2/3 of the way up in those seats out there.
Whew. In Cleveland, that would have been, or here last night when the wind was blowing toward right center field. But that ball up in the air and then starts to drift. Wayne stays with it. Peralta moves up 90 feet.
So with two out, Peralta at third. Going to bring up Chris Jimenez. He struck out on a good slider in the first inning. And that's into right field. That's a can of corn. But the single and then the base on balls. They score on the double by Peralta. It is 2-1 Tribe. outstanding packages for you to bid on this evening. 2-1 bad guys here in the bottom of the third. It'll be Beckham, Tomey, and Konerko to face the 6'6", 250-pound right-hander. Beckham can't get it. A little infield single and a run scored in the first inning. Outfield slightly to the right. Breaking ball.
That was a good one. That one was a late breaker and snapped over the outside corner.
That was a roller right there upstairs, and he got away with it.
That ball hangs right over the middle of the plate and up. Fortunately, it drifted on top of the Indians' dugout.
And once again, the 0-2. Yes, he did.
And dinner with Hawk and I, or Hawk and me, and the behind-the-scenes look at the broadcast booth experience is currently listed at $2,050 and moving up drastically.
Oh, we'll have some fun.
And you've got a little less than an hour left.
Here's Tomey. Fouls that one. Upper tank, left side.
The Hall of Fame Ultimate Bid Package includes autographed items from the White Sox Hall of Famers, including a baseball and framed print from Louis Aparicio. Hall of Fame program and baseball from Goose Gossage.
That ball hit deep into center field. Sizemore on the move, can't get there, right? One hop off the Walgreens sign. So the one-out double by Tomey. It's his 12th two-bagger.
Jim loves the ball down, and that's usually where Masterson throws it, so he doubles high off the wall on one hop. Sizemore can't get to it. Back to that package, an 83 jersey is included in a bat from Carlton Fisk. This package opens for a bid of $400. Place your bid now at whitesox.com/ultimate bid. The ultimate auction closes at 8 p.m., so bid now.
Here's Paulie. He was drilled by a pitch from Masterson. And that breaking ball all the way back. So a big, big break for us right there.
Masterson throwing his fourth wild pitch, but his first as a member of the Indians. He sweeps this one well wide of the plate. That's a slider, and Champa can't get to it. That ball just kept on moving. I don't blame him after throwing 4 in a row inside to Paul Konerko. I'd stay away from him too. He's not a real happy man right now.
Infield. Corners in a little bit. And there's a ground ball to third, so Paulie's not going to be able to get it done. And that's out number 2. So here's AJ. Knocked in our run with a single back in the first inning. First pitch strike. They hit. Cabrera throws him out. So we get a man at third with one out. Cannot get him home. It is still 2-1 Cleveland.
White Sox VIP fireworks extravaganza. You and four people all together get to come down, watch batting practice from the warning track, and then you get to watch the game from the Jim Beam Club, get all the food and drinks that you want. And afterwards, you get to hang out and watch the fireworks from the dugout, Sox dugout. Really make yourself at home down here.
Hey, buddy, I only said one piece. Let's go now.
One is Stoney, back to you.
Let's
This
go.
is just one big piece.
I just said one.
And this fourth inning is brought to you by Taco Bell's fourth meal, the meal between dinner and breakfast, open till 1 a.m. or later.
That was a lot of gum.
It's good, though.
That was making himself at home.
It's sugar-free.
Pretty nice.
Valbuena takes the bunt, takes that breaking ball up high. Get a little soft single, leading off the second. And the count 2-0. Three balls, no strikes. Come back and get him. Don't walk the leadoff man.
The fireworks package includes the opportunity to attend White Sox batting practice, get autographs from players before enjoying the game from the all-inclusive Jim Beam Club. After the game, watch the post-game fireworks from the White Sox dugout with a surprise guest. Bidding for this package starts at $750. Place your bid now at whitesox.com/unlimitbid. Bidding ends at 8 p.m., so place yours now.
There's ball one. Kelly Shopik, he struck out his only at bat. That's 5 walks issued by Torres. Now AJ is going to try to either, he was nice to him earlier, pitched out of the first inning when he walked the bases loaded with just 1 out and then got out of it. Every now and then you got to change that play and not be so nice.
You don't want to dig yourself any deeper into the hole than you already are.
I know Dempsey has some, Rick Dempsey, stage catcher at Baltimore. I know he had some pearls of wisdom sometimes when he came out there.
Well, there's no doubt. Yes, he did. But he used to come out, and Rick was a tremendous catcher. I mean, really physically gifted in that you couldn't throw it by him. He could throw out anybody. But he'd come out at an 0-2 count and say, for God's sakes, don't hang it. I didn't even think about hanging. Then he'd go back, 0-2 curveball right up in the guy's eyes. He'd hit a 2-run homer and tie the game.
Come on, Carlos. 3-0.
Randy Williams throwing in the bullpen.
There's one. Mind if a guy gives up some base hits. And one thing you cannot live with is a base on the balls. And a full count.
Now you probably will get another opportunity to strike him out and throw him out.
AJ, you know AJ, he's not afraid to call anything that you've got.
Well, that
at
happened
any time.
back in the second inning when he called the slider. That hit him. Don Cooper comes out. Looks like ball 4. I thought it tipped him, but either way, he's at first.
And either way, Torres in trouble.
Six walks, 5 strikeouts. That leads to a lot of pitches. And here we are, nobody out in the top of the 4th inning. And Torres is going to deliver his 71st pitch.
I played for a short time. He was with us for a short time in Boston. The great Elston Howard. As here is Trevor Crowe. Squares the bunt, takes the ball, and you cannot believe what Elston Howard told Carlos Torres when he walked out to that mound. It's one of those, you had to be there to hear it to believe it.
Wouldn't have been "come get him, kid."
No. No. But as soon as Gordon saw that bunt was not going to be to him, he's got to learn how to break back in that. Watch him here. If he breaks back, as soon as he sees the ball is not going to be to him, you got a shot to get Valbuena third.
And that's going to be it. So no chances taken with Grady Sizemore. Randy Williams going to come into the game.
All right. Carlos walked 6 guys. In 3 1/3, he departs, and we'll be back.
There's one out here in the top of the fourth inning. Grady Sizemore will look out at Randy Williams, who's on for the sixth time. The ERA 2.08.
Grady is 0 for 2. He's lined out to left and struck out. And that breaking ball, that's going to be about 4 rows back.
We've told you a whole lot about packages you can bid on. And remember, it's whitesox.com/ultimate bid.
Two walks in scoring position. Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. When it went the count.
Goes a fastball. AJ kind of eases it over the corner.
Chopper, nice play by Paulie. A ball came up on it. So the first walk crosses the plate, and it's a 3-1 ball game. But they're 2 out.
RBI number 57 for Grady Sizemore. As he elected to play the infield back. This is a ball that came with a lot of overspin and hopped up on Paul. He stayed right with it.
Well, this is not what Ozzie had hoped for at all.
No, not the 6 walks and not the 3 early runs.
And not the 3+ innings. 3 1/3 innings. That's. Cabrera has walked, and he has singled and scored.
The White Sox, Blackhawks, and Bulls 20-person suite package is currently listed at $5,400. Visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid. Place your bid now.
That's for 20 people. That is some kind of good deal there.
For 3 different games in 3 different sports, I would say that's pretty sweet.
Three the count with Chu on deck. Strike 1. Carrasco up once again. So it's going to have to be another bullpen night, something they wanted to stay away from. Can he get him? So both walks have scored and it's 4-1.
That's a pretty nice effort by Ramirez, who was trying to throw him out from a prone position. And Cabrera has pretty decent speed. He drives in his 46th run. That ball almost got by him, got to his knees, but couldn't get it there in time.
3 of the 4 runners that have scored got on base via the walk. Here's Chu. He's walked twice and scored once. Oh, we just can't stop stepping on our own feet. The other day against the Angels, we have walked entirely too many guys. Forget about that with that jump.
Well, Chu took a look at it and didn't swing the bat. He realized that Cabrera had that one stolen easily. He just put the bat on his shoulder and watched the pitch.
There's a strike. Chu doesn't believe it. And the count 1-2.
warm, humid night, you can get ready in a hurry.
2 out in the 2-2 delivery. Just did get a piece of it, just enough to take it out of the pocket of A.J.'s mitt.
That ball went up over Chu's head.
Full count.
AJ setting up outside and does a nice job of making sure this one doesn't get away.
Got him on the 3-2 slider. And some more damage is done. Perez walks. The first 2 men, they come around to score, and they lead it 4-1.
Could be there when the trip begins. It's our Sox spring training extravaganza. You'll win a behind-the-scenes tour of Camelback Ranch, the Sox spring home. It's like the 4 seasons of spring training facilities. You get to meet and greet 2 Sox players. You get to throw out the first pitch at a Sox game and tickets for 5 of your friends if you have that many. You'll also get a $1,000 travel voucher to get there. So go on WhiteSox.com, ultimate bid, place your bid now. Hawk and Stoney, back to you guys.
Boy, they got some terrific gifts to auction off tonight.
Well, if you haven't seen that spring training facility, that's something you want to do because it's just beautiful down there, and it's a wonderful time of year to go and see it.
It is fantastic. Breaking ball strike to Carlos Quentin, leading off here in the bottom of the 4th. They have scored 4 runs, 3 of them walks. They lead it 4-1. Big sweeping breaking pitch.
The Spring Training Ultimate Bid Package for 4 includes a tour of White Sox Spring Training Complex in Glendale, Arizona in 2010. Guests will meet White Sox players pregame, and 1 guest will toss the ceremonial first pitch of the game. The package includes a $1,000 travel voucher for travel and accommodations. This package opens for bid at $1,000. Place your bid now at whitesox.com/ultimate bid. Bidding closes at 8 o'clock. It's right around the corner, so bid now.
35 minutes. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Getz. He was called out on a backdoor breaking ball that didn't get the back door. One and two. Turns that one over. Even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he flips that one into the seats left side, Souvenir. Just tuning in, Sox got a run in the first. Indians with 2 in the third, 2 in the top half of this, the 4th inning. And that's underneath the glove of Chris Jimenez.
This is going to be an interesting call because he was there to make the play, but Chris will absolutely take a hit. We'll have to see.
Well, I hope he gets the hit, but.
And they are giving him a single, so yes. Jimenez knows he should have had that ball and did.
So here's Alexei. He walked his first trip. Breaking ball off the corner.
The Ultimate Hall of Fame autograph package featuring Aparicio, Fisk, and Gossage is currently listed at $1,350. Visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid to place your bid now.
First and 30, Alexei. Let's get something going right here. We got a nice crowd on hand. They're very festive. Got some nice fireworks coming up after the ball game, so let's give them a win.
So far, Minnesota's helping out because they've extended their lead over Detroit to 3-0.
There goes Chris. Softly hit off the fist. So that's 2 out, and Wayne Wise, who struck out his first trip, makes his way to the plate. Well, it really doesn't make any difference what Detroit does or Minnesota does. As long as we keep walking guys and making errors, we're not going to do anything anyway. It will stop. It will get better. Our defense is not this bad. They are in a slump. It's pretty evident. And that happens. Defense, like hitting or pitching, becomes contagious.
Meantime, this is a big run to pick up.
To the shortstop. Barrows got him, and that'll retire the side. We're into the 5th, trailing by 3.
part of our next prize package, the Mark Burley Perfect Package. You'll get a meet and greet with him. You also get an autographed cap, a jersey, a ball, an autographed no-hitter print, and an autographed perfect game print, along with 4 box seats, premium tickets, and a parking pass. That might be better than the meet and greet.
Probably is.
Hawk and Stoney, up to you guys.
That's the animated Mark Burley. You should see the stoic Mark Burley.
Top of the 5th inning, not good. They lead it 4-1. First pitch strike to Peralta, who has walked and has a 2-run double. Yep. 4 runs, 3 of them walked. 0-2 to count. He gone.
The Perfect Package features a Mark Burley signed jersey, cap, and baseball, and framed photo prints from his 2007 no-hitter, this year's historic perfect game. So you can enjoy a personal meet and greet with Mark on the field prior to a 2009 home game, 4 game tickets, and complimentary parking. All of this for the opening bid of $750. Place your bid now at whitesox.com/ultimate bid. Bidding ends soon, so don't delay.
Well, that one's going to be up there before it's over. It's the only perfect game ever thrown in the beautiful city.
It's really amazing when you consider how long they've been playing baseball in Chicago.
And how many great pitchers we've had. Hafner can't get it.
Day game tomorrow. As you look at Tomaoka, he's going to come in the game after Masterson. After the day game, it's off to Seattle for 3 before the off day on the 13th.
Got a pretty good 0-2 breaking ball to hit right there. Couldn't do anything with it.
Got 27 more minutes to bid on some terrific packages. And the bidding is starting to skyrocket.
Going away 1-2.
A Mark Burley perfect package and on-field meet and greet is currently listed at $6,050. Visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid to place your bid now.
Yeah, you knew that one was going to go way up there. He gone. Third strikeout for Williams.
Sweeping slider away from Hafner, and he goes down for the second time tonight.
Here's Jimenez. He is struck out and going out to right field. Eric Wedge, the skipper, back in uniform. He missed last night's game. Took a little subbing off right there, and the count 2-0. Grabs the strike with that one. And the count 3-1. Come back and get it. Outfield straight up. You know, walks and errors go hand in hand. You get pitchers walking a lot of guys, your defense is not going to be real good. Guys back on the heels. Now you say, well, he shouldn't be, as there's ball 4. But that is the way the game of baseball is. It is what it is. And that'll bring up Luis Valbuena, who has singled, walked, and scored.
And there's a view from where the Bertucci boys do their business, the Light Bullpen Sports Bar. Great food out there, and a good place to watch a game.
Breaking ball outside. Pulls the string a little bit, grabs the strike in the count 1-1. 4-4-0 for them, 1-4-0 for us. And there's the strike.
Pretty comfortable seating.
Yeah.
StubHub seat. One more hard slider here, and that ought to about do it for Valbuena.
There's another huge jump. No chance. So Jimenez, with that jump, picks up his first stolen base of the season.
Well, he took a look over there and realized that Randy Williams wasn't watching him. He took off. That pitch low and away. AJ, look at that jump. Trying to throw him out from.
I don't even know why AJ threw it.
3 steps from the bag.
And is going to get the job done with that stolen base. He's going to score, and it's a 5-1 on a bad pitch by Williams.
Valbuena's had a big night. 2 for 2 with a walk, a run scored, now a run driven in. That's his 15th. And the Indians seem to dust him off whenever they play against us. That was a hanging slider. That one stayed over the middle of the plate, and here comes Ozzie.
Well, again, they've scored 5 runs, 4 of them have walked. That's just not going to get it done when you're trying to win or go to postseason play. And if you're not, fine. All right, so he departs. DJ comes on, and we'll be back.
4 on for the 37th time, and he's really been an all-purpose pitcher. In an emergency start, he came on, did a great job for 4 innings. He's been the long man most of the time. He's very versatile, and he's been a valuable member of that bullpen. He inherits Valbuena at second base. It's a 4-run Tribe lead.
Kelly Shopik has struck out, walked, and scored. And Chris Getz makes the catch. And that'll retire the side. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Carrasco. Halfway home, we trail at 5-1. Some Subway, just be the 500th texter to text Subway to 97999. Go to WGNTV.com for complete information and rules.
Toma Oka comes into the game, and so Masterson was on a pitch limit, and that will stop him from winning this game, even though he departs winning 5-1. Oka at 1-4, ERA 5.36 on for the 12th time. 5 of them have been starts. He gives up a lot of home runs, 10 in 45 innings.
First pitch strike to Scotty Pods, who twice has bounced back to the pitcher.
Spring training getaway package at Camelback Ranch in Glendale, Arizona is currently listed at $3,000. Visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid to place your bid now.
There's a strike and a count, 1-2. Out number 1. They'll bring in Gordon. He's 1 for 2 and has scored our only run.
Masterson went 4 innings, gave up a run on 4 hits. He walked only 1. He hit 1 and he fanned 4.
Outfield swings around to the right, gap out there in left center. Everett says that's a strike on the outside corner. And very quickly, 2 strikes. Come on, Gordon. Good 2-strike hitter right here, baby.
that one did hit him. At 0-2, you'd have to think that Oka wanted to push him back off the plate. But he got a piece of it.
He certainly didn't want to hit it.
No.
So here's Tomey. Jim has struck out and doubled. Takes first pitch strike. Jim sitting on 561 home runs. Big hack, trying to make it 562. Way high.
The Ultimate White Sox Fireworks package is currently listed at $3,800. Visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid to place your bid now.
Only 12 and a half more minutes. Jimmy just did get a piece of it.
White Sox fans, you've done a great thing tonight with your support of Chicago White Sox charities. The bidding will close at 8 p.m., so let's close this thing out strong.
5-5-0 for the Indians, 1-4-0 for our Sox. High and deep into center field. Sizemore looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah! Number 562, but more importantly, it is now a 5-3 ball game. Number 21 for Tomey.
Tomey's now driven in 69, and that was a towering shot to straightaway center field. We told you that Oka is prone to give up the long ball, and against one of the most prolific home run hitters in history, Jimmy just took it way out, and he's within one of Reggie Jackson. Oka gets this little slider out over the plate, and Jimmy takes it way out of the ballpark.
First pitch strike to Paulie. Paulie 0 for 1. Got it out to third. He also was hit by a pitch. That ball was killed by Tomey.
He got it up in the wind and supplied a whole lot of power, and it kept on going.
And there's a bullet back through the middle.
We'll take a look as Sizemore goes back. This is rather optimistic because this one is way back there.
Well, if you're sitting back there having yourself a nice little toddy of some sort, having a hot dog, you don't expect to have to be getting out of the way of a baseball.
There's only one guy you got to worry about, though, on this field currently, and he just put it up there because he's done that at least 4 or 5 times, hasn't he?
3 times. Third one up there.
Boy,
that's a long way.
That's a long way.
That's Grand Canyon right there. As here is AJ. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Takes ball 1. That ball started off almost straight up.
Yeah. That's the way Babe Ruth used to hit him.
Well, Babe was using a heavier bat.
Yes, he was.
52 ounces. That's up high. Watch his eyes. Watch his eyes right here when he hits the ball. He's looking straight up.
You think he knew he got it?
Look at that. That's fouled away.
Well, he just hits it and starts trotting because I would imagine there's just absolutely no feeling in your hands, no vibration at all when you hit him that pure on the bat. I can only imagine because I was held homerless. Not a one.
Not.
There he hit the wall one time. They released Pete Falcone right after that.
There's a base hit. So now the tying run's aboard, and Carlos Quentin coming to the plate. AJ now 12 for his last 25.
And the best thing that's happened tonight is Masterson left and Oka arrived, and here comes Carl Willis to have a talk with his right-hander who came in with almost a 5.5 ERA and with a yearly history of giving up a home run every 4.5 innings.
Only 8 minutes left. Visit WhiteSox.com/ultimate bid to place your bid right now on some of those outstanding packages they have.
And the bidders are in a frenzy.
WhiteSox.com/ultimate bid. Once again, that's WhiteSox.com/ultimate bid.
And it's also unlimited, the bidding.
All right, Charlie.
At least it was for the first couple innings. Until the prepared ad lib came down.
Here we go. Carlos is 0 for 2. Tying runs aboard. Carl Willis has gone out to talk to him. Kelly's going to tell him, no, don't listen to anything he said. Listen to what I'm going to tell you.
Right. I'm going to make a suggestion that you try to keep this one in the park. Jess Todd loosening up in the pen.
That ball hit hard into right field. Nobody's going to get that one. AJ reading it all away. They're going to wave him around. Here's a throw to the plate. Safe! This game is tied at 5 on the double by Carlos Quentin. Yeah!
Carlos has been hitting the ball pretty hard. All he had to do was find a gap, and he drives in runs 26 and 27. More importantly, the game is tied. Oka gets this little slider up and away from Quentin, who drills it to right center. And a big 4-run fifth so far has made it a brand new game.
And the read by Pierzynski, he knew where his outfielders were. He knew how hard the ball was hit, saw the arc, trajectory, and was able to just slide in. So Eric Wedge out to the mound. Oka will depart, and we'll be back.
fun game. This is the second time he has appeared for the Indians. That's in AAA Memphis. He was 4-2, ERA .220. He appeared in 41 games. He was acquired from the Cardinals as the player to be named later in the Mark DeRosa trade back on July 26th.
So here's Chris Getz with one out and Quentin at second. Baker, no. Getz 1 for 2, a single last inning.
The ultimate auction closes in 2 minutes. Get your final bids in now.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Take it out of here. It will.
He got it.
No, he caught it. Peralta stays right with it, goes into the first row, and brings it back.
Well, that's a very good play.
That's a terrific play.
He goes over as far as he can go and then goes a little farther and takes it right away from the fans. Big effort.
There's Bartman when you need him.
It's true. He was a row and a half back.
So here is Alexei. He has walked and grounded to short. Calls that a strike. Actually thinking that one was a little bit low. Stay fair. Just foul. Dadgummit.
Well, that ball didn't miss by much, but C.B. Buckner was right on the line. Took a look at it. And unfortunately, it was hooking all the way. Looked like it was going to stay fair, and then at the last minute,
Boy, that thing took a nosedive, didn't it?
went about 3-4 inches foul.
Dead left. Beautiful city. Mercy. So 1-2 the count to Ramirez. Gap out there in right center.
Slider missed up and in. Lexi did a nice job on the previous slider of going out and getting one that was down and out of the zone.
23-year-old right-hander. As that ball is going foul. Out of Longview, Texas. Home of Pat Sisk. Teammate of mine.
What club?
Sanford Greyhounds. Florida State League, 1960.
Sanford Greyhounds.
And there's never been a concrete wall that Pat Sisk didn't hit. Head first.
Didn't have a real long career then?
No.
Okay.
2-2. Watch out. That was a great teammate. Good player, just hit too many
balls.
Too many concrete walls out there. Out of Baylor. Full count with Dwayne Wise on deck. Good pitch. Cabrera's got to hurry. Just does get him, says Gorman. But the Sox put a crooked number up on that board. We will go to the sixth, tied at 5.
takes a little extra time and just barely gets it across in time. Brian Gorman on the call. It looked like he had him by an eyelash.
So a 5-5 tie here in the top of the 6th inning. Trevor Crowe, 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt, will lead it off. Takes ball 1.
This game now sits squarely in the hands of the bullpen. Both starters, no D.
Bounces over, and that's going to be a base hit.
Sometimes you've got to get a little lucky. Now, there was a chance if that ball gets by, DJ, that they're going to be able to throw him out. Crowe runs well, and on the deflection, he deflects it away from Chris Getz.
I don't think Chris is going to be able to get that one.
Oh, it was hit pretty good, and now you have to watch the speed of Crowe, who runs very well.
Stole a base last night. He's 3 for 3 in that category. And here's Sizemore. He's 0 for 3, and he has driven in a run.
Talking with Derek Shelton, the hitting coach of the Indians, he thinks that Crowe has all the physical tools you need to be very successful in the major leagues. And Hawk, after the physical tools, what comes next for a player?
Well, usually when you say something like that, there's an indication that he's got a lot to learn now.
He hasn't had that much of an opportunity.
Well, there you go, Chris. Get the out. The thing is that the mirror is going to tell you everything you got to know. As a young hitter in the big leagues, it's going to tell you everything. Every day you get up, you look at that mirror, and that mirror, you don't quite like what you see. Then one day after you pay your dues, you go out and you struck out enough, you popped up enough, you've taken enough extra batting practice, you get a little click from one of your coaches or one of your teammates. All of a sudden that mirror tells you, you son of a gun, you can hit up here.
And it's the belief that you can do it that's going to prompt your performance.
No question about it. Paul Richards, that rest of his soul, former manager and general manager of the White Sox and other clubs, Atlanta, Houston, Baltimore. Paul always said hitters he said there are always exceptions to every rule in baseball, but he said hitters are not born. One day they wake up and they look in the mirror and the mirror tells them they can hit. But you know what experience is? It's something you got when you didn't want to get it. And that's what most young hitters have to acquire.
Most of them really have to fail because a lot of them are so talented on the way up, they never know how to fail and then come back again.
Steve, that sums it up perfectly. You gotta be bad before you can be good.
There's a lot of guys that obviously by the time you get to the major leagues, you've had wonderful talent all the way up. There's a lot of guys that never suffered any adversity at all, and finally they'll hit a level where they go through a huge slump and they start doubting their own abilities, and you've got to get through that.
Good pitch down and in the count 2-2. I can tell you, my second year in Visalia, the California State League, I think I hit 325 home runs, drove in 114 runs, and as I was driving back to Savannah, Georgia after that season was over, I didn't know if I could play in the big leagues. Oh, good pitches right there, down and in. That's nasty. 2 down.
He retired a pretty good hitter in Asdrubal Cabrera, who's had a perfect night to this point. This one just disappears low and in.
That is a disappearing 2 in a row
Yeah.
on it. So here is Chu. And even though those numbers that you just heard are outstanding, it didn't register in my mind yet.
I was able to play in the Cal League also, and I did know one thing after my first year. It was hot. I mean, Bakersfield,
Really?
And Lodi, and Stockton,
Bakersfield,
and
mosquitoes
Fresno.
like that.
Oh, wow.
Modesto.
Yeah, it was hot. We had the wool uniforms, as you did also. That was a great league to be in.
Chu lays off of it. And the count 2-0. Let's see what pitcher's preference is here, or what now. They're just going to go ahead and put him on. Got Peralta, the cleanup hitter, on deck. So this will turn out to be the 8th walk of the evening. First one intentional. And right now, let's check out our U.S. Cellular text poll results. Major League active rosters increased from 25 to 40 before September 1st. B knows 71%. And I agree wholeheartedly.
And I do too. The buses get much too crowded.
Yes. Clubhouses. Players are especially trying to win a divisional title. They don't want that clubhouse crowded.
Feeling that the owners probably don't want to pay that prorated major league salary for another 8 to 10 players for another month.
That's outside. Peralta's walked, doubled in a pair, and struck out. Well, at the minimum rate of $400,000, it's a pretty good piece of change.
We're talking $75,000 a month, something along those lines.
There's a Matabatacola. Yet nobody's over there now. Paulie goes to second base. Good recognition right there. He saw Carrasco was not going to be able to make it, and gets him at second. So nothing across, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 5. First baseman coming into the night has made a career crushing the ball against Cleveland. In 175 games against the Tribe, Paul had slugged 36 homers with 127 RBIs to go along with a 279 average. And that's tonight's Toyota moving forward to focus on Paulie.
When he hit the ball hard the last time up, he's about due.
First pitch strike from Just Ty. 5'11", 210. And that's a fair ball. That's a bullet right by Peralta. Crow is over there. Now bobbles it, so D. Wise never slowed up. That'll be a double.
Yeah, you can't give him an error on that one because he was going to have to throw out Dwayne. He had to play in front of him, sliced it inside the bag. And that's a go-ahead run standing out at second base.
So Dorothy Taylor, who is in Resurrection Hospital, and we're thinking about you, honey. Your pick to click on second with nobody out, and here's Scotty Potts.
Scott's going to have to do whatever he can, whether it's bunting to third or pulling the ball. He's got to move wise to third base. And Peralta is in on the cut of the grass, actually facing second.
Whatever it takes. Chops it foul. Whatever it takes. Five, 6-0 for the Indians. 5-9-0 for our Sox. Fides can't believe he called that one a strike. Drops his shoulders, turns around and looks at it. Rafael Perez up in the pen. I don't blame him. Man. That'll get the job done. You saw a little top hand on that swing by Fides right there. That top hand will get the head out.
That's a very good at bat. Down to your last strike and doing whatever he can to pull the ball to the right side to move wise to third. Scotty's going to get a nice hand from a very appreciative dugout. This is a good at bat. It's a productive out.
Well, if Everett's going to give you that pitch that he gave him on strike 2, why even throw another strike?
Yeah, well, you got to go out and hook it anyway, but you can't take a pitch outside.
Oh, so now the infield in. Gordon checks it up, takes ball 1. He is 1 for 2 with a couple of runs scored. He's got a nose for being in the action, doesn't he?
He's got a feeling for driving in runs
and scoring them.
Yep.
And he's got the catbird seat, 2-0.
And I think you were exactly right when you said that eventually he's going to be a number 3 hitter in the major leagues.
For a long time. Minnesota hurting on Detroit.
I like their chances in that one.
Get out. It will. Second row back. Ten nothing. Twins leading. And that'll get the job done. He's got a nose for knocking them in, scoring them, and the Sox lead at 6-5 on the sacrifice fly by Gordon Beckham.
He just waited for one pitch that was up far enough in the zone to hit a fly ball. It was drawn in infield. He knew he had to hit the fly ball. It's RBI number 40.
He's one of our hitters that goes up there in situations like that saying to himself, I'm not the one in trouble, buddy. You are.
He's going to drive Todd from the game. He'll leave after giving up the lead.
And we'll be back.
The ERA gets 9. I would sell. 32nd game, and he's had just a disastrous year. Scott Radinsky is AAA pitching coach. Talked to Carl Willis about how he was thrown down there, and he said, you know, it could be just one of those terrible years that Fred's going to have to live through, because last couple of years he was one of the best left-handers in the league, and all of a sudden the stuff just disappeared.
Experience.
Everybody's been laying off his slider. He hasn't thrown it for strikes, and then eventually he has to go to him with a fastball, and then he has some problems.
So here's Big Jim. 2 for 3, a tremendous 2-run homer last inning. Breaking ball strike. I mean, a bomb. His third one up on that concourse over everything in center field. Red's got plenty of time. Gets over there. And that'll do it. But the double by Dwayne Wide. Sacrifice fly by Beckham. Sox lead at 6-5. Seventh inning. Travis Hafner will lead it off. And Stone Pony got some big numbers for those beautiful packages that the Sox auctioned off for White Sox charity.
Yeah, terrific. And you folks out there did just a great job of calling in, texting, using your computers, and getting a whole lot of money in for some great packages. And those who have won those packages are really going to love them.
1-1 pitch.
We're going to have a rundown of just what everything brought and how much money was brought in. And we'll get that to you. It was just a great night for White Sox charities.
Hafner has struck out. Just missed one back in the third inning. High, towering drive. Got up in that wind and knocked it down. Then he struck out in the fifth. He gone.
That's a good hard slider low and in. You can just keep it there. Left-handers are going to swing over the top of that all day. Third time tonight, Hafner's gone down on strikes.
Here's Chris Jimenez. If you're just tuning in, 4 of the 5 Cleveland runs came because of the base on balls. When you know the count to Jimenez. Struck out in the first, went out to right in the third, walked and scored in the 5th. And there's a base hit here in the 7th. And right now it's time to have the ball with the Illinois Lottery. Thank you, White Sox fans, for your generosity. Tonight's auction raised $35,750 for White Sox charity.
Wow. Well, Mark Burley, perfect package, $85.50.
And worth every penny.
That's terrific.
Albuena, a single, a double, a walk, a run scored, and an RBI. And we understand that this week alone, $55,750 has been raised for White Sox charities because they had some other events in the Burley Appreciation Series that raised $20,000.
And we saw one of them yesterday with the autographed baseball that you could get in the brown paper bag, and you didn't know who you were going to get, but there was some Hall of Famers signed baseballs. White Sox charities had a very big week, as did you fans. Thank you. And there it is. You got to pay a few dollars, and
Lisa Pierzynski on the left.
yeah, and you get to pick out a paper bag and then figure out just exactly who signed the baseball. There's a lot of science to that now.
And that's popped up softly to third, Beckham. And that's out number 2. And there's another $10,000 coming from McHenry. We're out there for a golf outing. Remember when we were up in Milwaukee? We went to that one, we raised $10,000 up there for White Sox charities.
That's great.
From Bill Wren and Ronnie Matula. Outfield straight up. Strike on the outside corner to Shopping.
I know one
struck
thing.
out, walked, and popped the second.
He can hit a high fastball away.
From the left hand. Can he do it from the right hand?
Not if you keep it down, but he's pretty strong. He's got
He's very strong.
He's got big power the opposite way.
21 home runs last year. But it's a lot easier for a right-hander to go to left field, or right field, I should say. There's a strike. A little bit of a late call. He doesn't like it. A lot easier for a right-hander to go to right field deep off a left-hander than it is off a right-hander. Drop down. He gone. Shopping cannot believe it. Meanwhile, 7th inning stretch. Carrasco's got a 1-run lead.
Rafael Perez came on and got the last out. Jim Tomey in the bottom of the 6th, but not before the Sox took the lead. So trailing 5-1 in this one, they now lead 6-5. Looking for more against a guy who's had just a real tough time this year, Rafael Perez. Well, the elbow doesn't look too good. Do you think you can give us an inning or so tonight?
Oh, yeah. 35,224 in attendance.
That's a big number.
Yes, it
Good crowd on hand. Didn't do much cheering early. There wasn't much to cheer about. But the 4-run 5th and the 1-run 6th made things a lot more pleasant.
Here's Paulie. Paulie 1 for 2, a single and a run scored. That's low ball 1. Tomorrow afternoon in the finale, Jose Contreras against David Huff. Make your plans to be with us here at beautiful US Cellular Field.
And if you let Perez walk you, he will. 18 of them in 25 1/3 innings.
Ball hammered down past Jeff Cox.
Give Jeff a lot of credit for staying out of the way of that one. That one went by in a hurry.
The Huckermeister.
He's a dandy. He's got a book. He keeps everything that happened in the game. Things that people said to him. Things that he remembers from his childhood.
He is one of a kind.
There's no doubt about that.
He's one of the biggest hits at Sox Fest. Good pitch by Perez on the 5th.
He's been around this game so long, it doesn't matter who comes in, but he knows every one of the coaches, usually the manager. He's run into him somewhere along the line. He managed against many of them in the minor leagues. That is a lifetime baseball man you're looking at.
He loves it. He eats it, sleeps it.
And he is enthusiastic.
All you got to do at Sox Fest, ask him one question.
That's it. And the weekend's over.
There goes your 25 minutes. There's a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Paulie. Just reach out, slams it into center field.
Perez tries that slider, tries to backdoor into the outside corner, but the break wasn't sharp at all, and Paul with his second base hit in 3 at-bats. He was hit first time up tonight.
Hit hard.
Yeah.
Here's AJ. 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. AJ, as I mentioned now, 12 for his last 25.
When you put it all together for AJ and then you factor in his durability, which is absolutely amazing, he's had a terrific year.
He's something. He's a keeper. And a count 2-0. AJ hadn't changed since he was in high school down in Orlando with Dr. Phillips, when he was the most disliked player in the league then.
So he could aggravate the high schoolers as well as the guys
he just
now?
wore them out. He just wore them out. Coaches, Danny Alley was his coach. Danny, every time I'd see Danny said, Hawk, what am I going to do about AJ? I said, Danny, he knows more about the game than you do. Danny was a good coach.
Matt Thornton loosening up in the pen. Perez has a much better release point to the right-handers than the left-handers. He struggles getting the ball over to left-hand hitters for whatever reason.
There's one. Carlos Quentin on deck. Come on, guys, let's don't stop now. Let's keep on going. Just tuning in, Sox coming back from a 5-1 deficit. And a full count. Big crowd, a good crowd. Even when we were down 5-1, they were in it all the way. Gotta hurry. High throw. There's Paulie.
He does a nice job
Yes,
of breaking
he
up,
did.
too, because he forced that throw into the dugout, and A.J. winds up at second base. That's going to go as a 6-4 E4.
Good job by Konerko.
Well, occasionally when you get that headbutt, that ball goes flying in the dugout.
Right in the cup.
Yes, sir. That's a good slide.
It is.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
There's Carlos, had a big 2-run double in the 5th. A shot deep into right center field. Carlos now with 9 doubles, 27 RBIs to go along with those 11 homers. But the last week he has really been nailing. He's been hitting the ball hard and for the most part coming up empty.
Well, in talking with him, that's what he said. He said that he's starting to really feel it. And you know he's feeling it because he drove that ball to right center field. That's normally when he's at the top of his game. And it's then a matter of time till he then consistently hits the ball out of the ballpark, which he's going to do.
Well, we've got some good hitters in this ball club. You know, Jermaine Dye and Paulie and Tony and the guys, you know. Carlos Quentin, if as I said, if he plays in August and September, he's going to hit, and if he hits, we're probably going to win this thing. But we've got to catch the baseball. That's a proviso. We've got to catch the baseball.
Carl Willis coming out. And now that they've made the intentional walk, he wants to have a talk with Perez. The bullpen up and going.
Getting back to Quentin. And against good pitching, he's the best hitter on our club because he has the shortest stroke. And against good pitching, you have to wait longer. Against some of the guys who are mediocre or middle of the pack, you don't have to wait as long. But against good pitching, you've got to wait longer. And if you can do that with a good, short, powerful stroke like he's got, you're dangerous, and that's exactly what he is. Short and powerful.
What's the difference for a hitter between a stand-up hitter, which he is not, and a powerful hitter like Carlos, who hits out of that crouch that he hits out?
Well, he's got that launch angle. He's got that right leg going at this angle. He's got the right leg going up to his left hip. In other words, if you just ran a stake from his foot up through the leg, the right leg, it'd come out the left shoulder. And he maintains that throughout the whole process. As he's making his approach, he maintains his launch angle. A lot of guys, stand-up hitters, the reason guys, some of them can't hit stand-up, is when they get set, they get back, and all of a sudden their weight shift is back, and it breaks the whole sequence. So here we go with Getz. Chris is 1 for 3. That's one thing that gets a lot of guys in trouble, is if they don't know what they're doing with their legs. And the word or the phrase weight shift is the most misunderstood in hitting. That's why I love Greg Walker so much. Walker's not one of these guys that teaches a system, as many guys do. He teaches you as an individual.
Within the framework of your ability,
Exactly
instead of making
right.
everybody the
He's
same.
not going to. You can do some things I can't do. I can do some things you can't do. He's not going to ask you to do things that I can do that you can't, and vice versa. Just because of the system. There's the strike, and the count 1-2.
Throw is very shallow in left field, so it's going to be pretty difficult to score on him. Two about average in right field. And Sizemore, who has some elbow problems, very deep in center.
And there's a base hit. They're going to wave him around. Two throw to the plate. Safe. They're going to go to second base and get Getz. A little hesitation by Chris. Meanwhile, AJ scores and the Sox lead at 7-5 with Quentin at third. Big base hit by Chris.
And that play would have been a lot closer at the plate had Chu caught that ball coming in instead of catching it back on his heels. And I think that's what Jeff Cox saw when he sent home AJ. Now watch Chu. He catches it back on his heels instead of charging the ball, and he can't get that much on the throw. However, the trailer, in this case, Chris Getz thrown out, and that's an out you just give up.
So they're going to put Alexi on to get to Dwayne Wise. Second intentional walk of the inning. Final from Comerica Park. Minnesota beats the Tigers 11-0. Pavano the winner. Verlander the loser.
Verlander took a beating tonight, and Carol Pavano paid early dividends. He came from the Indians. He was their hottest pitcher, and he continues against the Tigers. So
well, there's no question he
game.
makes Minnesota a better team.
Yeah, well,
there's no question.
They lost Slowey for the year, and they were looking for a starter, and it was one of those deals made after the trade deadline. But a lot of times, guys just clear waivers because it was a fairly substantial contract from now to the end of the year. I think with all the incentives that Pavano had, it was in the neighborhood of $8 million, and a lot of teams just didn't want to take that.
Well, in certain instances, it's a lot easier to make deals after the deadline than it was before.
Yeah.
And as we have runners at the corners now, 2 outs. Oh, boy. Ooh, all over it. Pops it up. And that'll retire the side. But the big base hit by Chris Getz scores A.J. Pierzynski, and we'll go to the 8th leading by 2.
time. He does have a save. And 57 strikeouts, just 15 walks in 46 innings. Ed Thornton is at the point where he's probably established himself as the best setup left-hander in all of baseball. If he's not the best, he's in the top 2.
Who's the better one?
That's what I mean. I mean, that's you think around and you think through all the clubs. They have some great setup right-handers, but great setup left-handers are tough to find.
7-11-0 for the Sox, 5-7-1 for their Indians. Trevor Crowe, switch hitting outfielder, 1 for 2, had an infield single. Takes first pitch strike. No, but just to finish off what I was going to say when the inning ended by the waiver. There for a long time as there's a solid base hit into right field. There for a long time in baseball, especially when you had 16 teams, there was a buddy-buddy system that, you know, you wash my back, I'll wash yours. I'll let this guy go through, and then later on, you let a guy go through for me.
Right, because I have a deal with this team over here.
Exactly.
You know, and that went on for a lot of years.
A long time. And then there came a period there for a while that it tightened up, and you had guys, as expansion came in, you had guys that would not let anybody go through. Now it boils down to primarily, where for the most part, as that ball is hit hard, Pods took a little circuitous route there, but recovers and makes the catch. Nice play by Scotty Pods, 1 out.
That ball started to take off, and Scott ran across and realized he had to go back. Sizemore hit the ball pretty hard. But in the all's well that ends well category, he runs it down. Good speed. And Crowe has to retreat to first.
But now with the contracts the way they are and as big as they are, if you claim somebody, you've got to be willing to pay.
Well, look, you can get trapped, and Kevin Towers of San Diego early in his career got trapped by Toronto with Randy Myers. He thought he was going to block a deal. He thought that Randy Myers was going to go to Atlanta. Toronto tried to pass him through waivers. Kevin Towers claimed him. Didn't take the insurance that came with it and spent $14 million. And Randy, I think, had less than 9 appearances for him.
That's just outside. 5. It's close to $1.5 million appearance.
Yeah, they were good appearances, but not that good. He blew his arm out, and that was that.
And the count 1-2. Cabrera 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Breaking ball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Take him right here, Matt. You don't want to go full.
Well, that ball right off his foot. Ooh, that's off the top of his foot.
Yeah, that's not a good spot to get a hard foul ball. Ozzie.
Ozzie's telling him it doesn't hurt that much.
No, Ozzie, he's telling. Now we're going to throw you a hard slider down in the end. Two.
him a hard fastball, trying to get it down and in.
So full count. Sox, if you're just tuning in, 1 in the first. Indians 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, led it 5-1. Sox tied it with 4 in the fifth, added 1 in the sixth, and 1 in the seventh. Off the fist, fights it off, Souvenir right side. There's the very talented Shin Sin Chu on deck. That's a good pitch right here. Looked like a get me over breaking ball hammered into center field.
That's what it was. It was a slider that stayed right over the middle of the plate. Tried to fool him with the slider, but location wasn't there. See, it splits the middle of the plate, and Cabrera, a pretty good hitter from both sides of the plate, collects his third base hit. So the tying runs aboard for the middle of the order.
Well, that 3-2 get me over breaking balls don't work at the big league level. They don't work. It might work on first pitch strike. But on 3-2 get me over breaking balls. Chu has walked twice, then struck out, then he walked again. So 2 walks, the intentional walk and the strikeout, and he scored a run. Breaking ball strike.
Chu does have good speed, but he's grounded into 7 double plays this year. Not a whole lot in close to 400 at bats.
And the count 0-2.
That's the one place he will never catch up to. If he doesn't take that pitch, Thornton can throw that ball by him all day, and I would suggest another one, same spot. High fastball, inner portion. You can't catch up to it up
Right
there.
underneath the hands. Little high. That should be your target. Right underneath the hands.
Got it up high enough, just wasn't inviting enough to swing at.
Oh, come on.
Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. AJ wanted it, just held it there. The 2-2. Upper tank, left side. Right above the LG Skyline club seats.
You just don't want to keep it down that low to Chu. If you're going to go with the fastball.
Not with Thornton's fastball. Breaking ball.
Well, I think AJ felt that one crossed the plate to strike, but Mike Everett said no. And even Ozzie wanted that one. It's not where you catch it. It's always where it crosses the plate. I think AJ tried to nurse it back over the outside corner.
Payoff? Yes, he did. He gone. 2 down.
Chu can't believe that he was called out on strikes. Like Everett said, he swung. Chu thought he held that ball. That bat looked like it crossed the plate. Brought it back quickly, but it crossed the plate.
So you're not done yet. Don't take a big sigh of relief. Johnny Peralta is 1 for 3 with a 2-run double. Fouls that one down off his leg. So the count 1-1. Angels beat Texas 3-2 out at the Big A in Anaheim. Tying runs aboard. 2 down. And the 1-1 pitch.
Jensen Lewis, Chris Perez, a couple of right-handers loosening up.
And a lot of 35,000 plus come to their feet, wanting a punch out. There go the runners. So they pull the double steal. Breaking ball missed, and the count 2-2.
Jimenez's stolen base in the 5th turned into a run. Let's hope these two don't come back to haunt Matt Thornton.
He gone. Get out. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-5. Good guys.
And throws it right by Peralta. He goes up and out of the strike zone and helps him out.
First pitch from Jensen Lewis to Scotty Pides, who's 0 for 4 tonight. He's due. 1-0 the count.
Lewis at 2-3, ERA 5.18.
Seven, 11-0 for our guys, 5-9-1 for their guys. Watch out.
And he was able to get out of the way of that one.
Scotty Pods in the 6th inning had a real good at bat. 2 strikes on him. Wayne Wise at second, who had doubled to lead it off. Boy, he put a short, quick top hand swing to pull it to the right side and get him over. And then Beckham with the sacrifice fly got him in. You know, this is, I tell you what.
There's a lot of guys getting hit and a lot of guys getting knocked down this entire series from the Indian staff.
Something's got to happen about this. We've had, what, 3 guys hit tonight? Actually 4. Because Gorman called a swing on Carlos Quentin. And guys, you know, this is why I don't like the DH rule. Let some of these pitchers who are so brave out there on that mound grab a bat. I guarantee you that sphincter would shrink up.
Be a lot less of throwing at hitters.
That one thing about it, Jensen doesn't throw that hard enough to hurt you that bad.
Well, as long as you get hit, you might as well score a run. Gordon Beckham was hit in the 5th inning, and he scored ahead of a towering 2-run Tommy homer. That started the parade against Tomaoka, who was on in relief of Masterson, who went the first 4 but was on a pitch limit and left the game.
There's a bunt. It's a good one. Throw anyway, hits it. Pod's on his way to third. Here's a throw to third. Get by it. And now they're going to call interference on Beckham.
They're going to call him out for being out of the baseline. Running on the inside of the bag, they call him out. And he said to Harold, "Was I inside the line?" And Harold said, "Yes, you were."
He's inside the line, which I think he was. That's a correct call.
Yep. He's well inside the line, and this ball hits him right in the helmet. Good call by the umpire.
Yep. Well, here's Tommy. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, we have had guys ducking and diving up there all day today. With Konerko getting hit good. Besedny, I'm not talking about getting nicked. He got drilled by Masterson, and then Paz got drilled by Jensen, and now Tommy. Ozzy's not going to stand for any of this BS, I'll tell you that.
I think Ozzy's a little unhappy, and he's got a guy up in the bullpen now that throws real hard. That one almost catches the knees of Jim Thome.
Two can play that game.
Problem is, I wouldn't have Bobby do it.
No way.
Tony Pena would be up and throwing. The one hitter.
Jimenez, and that's out number 2.
That's a good play right there. Chris Jimenez diving to his right. Would have made it a little difficult had that ball gotten by him, but Vilbuena was there to make the play, but it would have had to have been a 4-1.
Crawley is 2 for 3 with a run scored. Ball underneath the glove of Peralta. So the hit batsman is going to come around and score. And it's an 8-5 Sox lead.
It's going to be E5. Peralta tries to backhand it instead of getting in front. Goes right under the glove. And it's E5.
First inning, watch this. He'd already thrown up and in to Konerko on the 2 of them right there. He just goes right after him. That was a 3-0 pitch.
Well, that got him on the forearm, too.
AJ. High into left field. He just missed that one. Sox pick up one more. We'll go to the 9th inning. It is 8-5 White Sox. Something's got to be done about that.
His 21st, he's driven in 69. Made it a 5-3 game at that point. And it sits in an 8-5 game as we head into the top of the 9th inning. And Matt Thornton stays in the game.
And here's Hafner. Hafner 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Two and 0 the count. No walks. Pass foul back, and a reminder, right after the ball game, stay tuned for the WGN 9 o'clock news with Bob Jordan, Jackie Bang, Jim Ramsey with the weather, and Dave Ennard. Everything and anything you want to know about sports and sports highlights. Two and two the count. Chris Jimenez on deck. Luis Valbuena in the hole.
Tried to throw a high fastball by him, but Hafner fouled it off.
He gone. He knew it.
It's 4 strikeouts for Hafner tonight, and Ozzie comes out, and he's going to bring in Bobby Jenks.
Golden sombrero.
0 for 5 with 4 Ks. That's not a real pleasant evening.
Been there and done that
A few times.
Yeah. Big round of applause, and deservedly so, for Matt Thornton. He departs, and we'll be back.
Battle with multiple kidney stones.
As Bobby, Bobby is a tough guy. In fact, he's the toughest guy I've ever seen in a White Sox uniform. I asked him last night how did it go with that. He said he's never experienced anything that even remotely came close to it. You went through it.
I've had 4 of them. And I got to tell you something.
The 400-pound what?
Yes. Standing in a bad spot, and it doesn't go away. It just does not go away. And I took a look at Bobby when I walked in one day, and he was as white as Casper the Ghost, and sweating and just in terrible shape.
First pitch strike, Chris Jimenez. He has struck out, gone out to right, walked and scored, and singled.
Chris was hanging loose on that first pitch. He was kind of drifting away from the plate a bit.
Bobby hasn't been out there in a while, so I don't expect him to have pinpoint. Curveball, close. That's a strike on Chris Getz. One out, 1-2 the count. Gap out there in left center. He gone. 2 down. Fourteen strikeouts for Sox pitching.
Throws that good sinker. This ball just dived out of the zone.
There's Valbuena. Got a good night, 2 for 3. Takes first pitch strike. And once again, a reminder after the game, stay tuned for the WGN 9 o'clock news with Bob Jordan, Jackie Bang, Jim Ramsey with the weather, and Dave Ennett for all the sports highlights.
Bobby's throwing those fastballs tonight at 96. He's got plenty on it.
And that is just foul. Thank you very much.
That one didn't miss by much. Valbuena trying for his 3rd hit of the night. This one was fair a long time until it landed.
Eight, 11-0 for our Sox. 5, 9-2 for their Indians. Full count. When this ball comes down, this ball game will be over. So the Sox come back from a 5-1 deficit